What's up, y'all? You already know what time it is. It's that time of day. And I allow people to enter the chat. And then we're going to talk about the news that hit not too long ago. Cool thing about when I do these walks is that right around, because this is my lunch break. So it's my lunch break from work, where I get to kind of decompress from actual computer screen all day and stuff like that. And it always seems like there's something to talk about during this time. And hopefully a lot of people on the East Coast are taking their lunch breaks around this time too. So I get to talk to a bunch of people, a bunch of like-minded people. So, you know what I'm saying? If you do enter the room, just say hello. Say hello, let everybody know you're here. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button if you can. I'd appreciate it, definitely. But we're going to talk about it as soon as we get a couple more. Actually, when I get up the street, because this reception where I'm at now is always a little crazy where I'm at. But we'll talk about it. What's up, Sadie? How you doing? Yeah, that's right. People that are on, what I'm saying? Say hello. Don't be a stranger. We all family. If you're watching my channel, that's how I look at it. That I look at it as you supporting me, helping support the brand, helping support the family. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely love to personalize the hellos for the people that do pop in the chat. Because like I said, it's almost like you guys are taking this walk with me. And, it probably ranges between 2 to 3 miles a day, something like that. So, what I'm saying? Say hello. Hit that like button if you can. I'm at the top of the street now. It's actually crazy. So where I live, there's like a fire station up the road. And I don't know if they just cut off all communication so that direct communication goes straight to the fire station. I don't know if that's why it's like that, but, that's why sometimes when the things cut out, it's because I'm like right next to the fire station. All right, y'all, we got a couple people watching now. So Ian Rappaport, if you looked at the thumbnail, Ian Rappaport reported, the Rappaport report reported that Kellen Moore is an official top candidate for the Dallas Cowboys and have reached out to the Philadelphia Eagles for permission to interview said candidate. Now, somebody once told me it's too late to pluck from a playoff team and ask for permission. Somebody told me that, and I believed it. But without that, we already know what it is with Kellen. And, Bobby Belt went on 105.3 The Fan today and aired out all the dirty laundry that came with Mike McCarthy. All of the dirty laundry. What's up, little chicken strip? What the hell? What? Oh my God. Yo. Little chicken strip, you're got to be in timeout for a little bit off them comments. Sheesh. Amanda Brown, I don't want Kellen Moore. I'm like a 5-year-old having a tantrum. Well, Amanda, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't have a tantrum. Because that's exactly what they want. They want us to be up in arms. They want us to be emotional about all of the news that's going on. This is the time, really, where you hear it, but you don't really accept it. You know what I'm saying? You don't go crazy. Don't go crazy right now. It's the time to be calculated right now. It's time for us to be calculated in our approach as a fan base. The way that we do that is we say exactly what it is that we want. Don't have a tantrum. Because, see, people can manipulate you and manipulate you off of your emotions. Let's not have tantrums. Let's be calculated and approaching this. And the way that I look at it, the more and more I talk to you guys every day, the more I want Prime, the more I want Deion Sanders. Because I know that Deion is going to have his own staff. I don't think Deion can be talked in to a job and not have that say so. I think obviously there'll have to be negotiations and there'll have to be some things he gives up, but I don't think staff is one of them, because Deion strikes me as the type that once you with his staff, you family, and family don't stab each other. They don't stab each other in the back. That's really a big push for Deion for me. I was on a call yesterday with Black, Amp, and Boss, and we were talking, and I know the way that Boss feels. Boss feels like the Joneses use Deion's name to kind of get the fans, you know what I'm saying, as a shiny object so they can do whatever they want. And I know that there are a couple of Cowboys fans that feel that way. They feel like they're using Deion's name. Deion, a legend. Deion, you know what I'm saying, where his name should be sacred. And they're using Deion's name and playing with it. You know what I'm saying, playing with us. And for me, I'm like, okay, well, if they're going to use Deion's name and that's a candidate that we all like, let's bless that as a whole. Because I haven't heard anybody really come up with a logical solution as to why that wouldn't work as far as us moving in the future, the way that we want to move. Nobody can argue that we won't have a culture. Nobody can argue that Deion hasn't won or made things better everywhere he's gone. Nobody can argue that once Deion comes to your city, that he doesn't make you prideful about what team you are a fan of. With Deion comes a lot of pride, like good pride. There's a lot of good things that come with Deion. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things that you hear, like trash talking, brash, not being humble, and all those type of things. It takes being humble to have faith. You gotta have faith. And the way that he, you know what I'm saying, has faith, his faith and how his faith is strong, there's no way that man can't be humble. There's a difference between being confident and being, you know what I'm saying, cocky and arrogant. And I don't think that Deion is arrogant. I don't think that he's cocky. There may have been a point in life when he was, before he found Christ. But, you know, I think that everything that you see about that man is real and there's a purpose. And I was able to kind of talk those guys into seeing where Deion could be a positive, where he could be a positive as the head coach. The positive being, you know what I'm saying, he's going to speak life into these players. These players, half of them wanted to be him growing up, or half of them do the things that they do now with the chains and you know what I'm saying, the celebrations and all that stuff. Deion was really like a pioneer during that time. So a lot of these young players look up to that, and Deion is at the end of his road. Like, Deion has already played. Deion has already won his championships. He's already got his accolades. So it's his time now. It's his season to really give back. And with giving back, he has a wealth of knowledge. And I think that that's why anybody that is associated with him, I think that's why they run through a brick wall for him. I believe that's why. And I wasn't a big fan of Deion as a player. I mean, because I was more of like an Emmett guy. More of a, you know what I'm saying, like blue collar, get it done. And you'll hear from a lot of people behind the scenes that Emmett's really arrogant. I've heard that. I've heard Emmett is really arrogant. Ironically, you would think that Deion was the one that's arrogant. But, I mean, you got to have a little bit of arrogance, I think, to be great as a player. I mean, it's like a thin line between arrogance and being real confident. Um, and I say all that to say, I think Deion is like right now what we lack like actually winning culture. We don't lack culture because there is a culture. It's just not a football culture. It's more of a corporate show type thing, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more like marketing is the most important thing. Ticket sales, the show. The show in itself is what is the culture. But the thing that I like about Deion is Deion can bring the show and winning all in the same place. All we're missing is just the winning part. We're just missing the winning. Now with Kellen, to get back to that, to get back to what Bobby Belt was talking about earlier, Bobby Belt really, without him maybe even knowing this, he did the dirty work for the franchise. You know what I'm saying? The dirty work that always happens, where it always seems like if somebody leaves the team or they're here, you know what I'm saying? Like it's confirmed they're going somewhere else or they'll no longer be here. Then we hear all of the dirty laundry. And the reason that I don't like that, I don't like hearing the dirty laundry because it's not fair to that person that's leaving. Because as you guys know, football, you're with a whole bunch of grown men, the whole bunch of pride, with a whole bunch of ego, whole bunch of guys, competitive spirit. There's a lot of testosterone there. So you're never going to have people that see eye to eye all the time. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys fight with your siblings. Like, just imagine every little fight with your siblings aired out to everybody for everybody to know. That's what we do to our players and our coaches when they leave. And people wonder why free agents don't want to come here. They wonder why it's not the destination that it once was. It's because of that. It's because of that, guys. And we air out our family members' dirt all of the time. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Daddy once said, by the time they interview Kellen, he'll be the only candidate left. And that might be by design. So I like what Deion did today. You know what I'm saying? Ed Warder reported that Deion is willing or ready to accept or would accept the job if it's offered to him. So that must have been a hell of a conversation with Jerry. So what I like about that is now it puts the pressure because Kellen Moore would make things so much easier for these guys. It would make it so much easier. Like, let's be honest. Them hiring Kellen Moore would make them comfortable again. It would make Jerry be able to sleep again. It would allow them to keep the machine going the way that they wanted to keep the machine going. They're probably like, yes, we could get Kellen in here. And we know he'll put we know he has a good relationship with Witt, and he'll put Witt on staff as the tight ends coach, and blah blah blah. Kellen Moore don't even know he's signing his death warrant because the moment somebody puts Witten on staff, that's your locker room snitch right there. That's your locker room snitch right there. That's your Jason Garrett. That's Jason Garrett 2.0. But I'm just looking at it. I'm thinking, head coaching candidates. Jason Witten, Kellen Moore. Like, these dudes was here and they ain't win jack. They didn't win jack as players, and they ain't win jack as coaches. Maybe Kellen could win something as a player because it's actually funny. If Kellen wins this week, he go to an NFC championship game as a coordinator. And then you can't really say that it was him. And I think that that's what that smear campaign was today. I think the smear campaign for Mike now is to make it look like Mike was the bad guy, not Dan Quinn, not Kellen Moore, not the Joneses. But everything gonna fall on Mike McCarthy now. And I don't believe it. And I ask you guys to really put your thinking caps on for this. The reason that I ask you that is they're gonna tell you that, like Bobby said today, Amari was beefing with McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? And it was like Amari was a bad apple in that locker room, you know, and that was Mike's idea. So it was Mike's idea to ship him out for a fifth. So Mike do them conversations, and Mike's the one that negotiates what the trade is. Nah, not buying that. Y'all can get somebody else with that. So Mike was the one who decided to bring Trey Lance in here. It's already confirmed that happened without Mike knowing. So if I'm able to bring up two instances that happened, you know, just like that, where they're directly correlated, the front office is directly correlated because they're the ones who do the negotiations. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think Will McClay has the authorization to negotiate for this team. I don't even think he has that ability. But let's say that he did, right? Let's say that he did. That's not on Mike. Mike didn't tell y'all, get rid of him. Okay, we all right with the fifth. That's y'all job. That's what y'all did. You know? So I think all of these stories and all of that, you got to look at it with a side eye. Maybe some of it is true, but y'all ain't questioning the timing of this. Like the timing isn't making your antennas go up. I know that it is for me. I know that I don't trust the timing, especially with you guys asking for a formal interview with Kellen Moore and all of that happening like within the same, like that, all of that happened within a couple of hours, guys. Like, come on, bro. That's them manipulating and meddling again to get it how they want it. That's why I'm like, okay, y'all wanted to throw Prime out there to save y'all ass, to make it look like you really trying to win, but Prime, you know, it just wasn't a good fit or it wasn't good timing. Nah, we see y'all, bro. You can't fool us. You can't fool us. Let's see. Oh man, we got some comments in here today. Short Dog said, bro, right, if Kellen gets the job, I'm with Deion all day. Bobby Belt is just carrying the Joneses' water while grinding his own axe. Ooh, you said it, I ain't say it. And I respect Bobby. I do believe that Bobby is connected. I believe everything to a certain, to a certain fault, that to a certain degree that Bobby's saying. The only thing that I would question and I'd ask if I had a conversation with Bobby is, what do us fans get out of that? What do we get out of? What do we get out of knowing that Mike McCarthy was the reason for all these things? Mike is gone. We have a chance at a new regime. So, if in reality, you're doing more damage than you are good, because Kellen was here when that happened, right? Now, they might try and paint Kellen as, oh, it wasn't Kellen's fault, and Kellen really wanted to do this and do that. But Kellen's part of the problem, and then you keep that cycle going. I want to get rid of that cycle. I hate the cycle. I think the cycle sucks. I think that's why we haven't been winning. Because I don't think that way works. I don't think that it works. You know what I'm saying? As the star turns, as drama. It don't work. You know what I'm saying? You got to be about football. You got to be about football. And that's where I like Deion as a candidate. Because I think that it was Boss that said it on the phone call with me yesterday. One thing you can't say about him, you can say about Deion, is he puts football first. That is an excellent observation, and it's very, very true. It's very, very true. Short Dog said Kellen is a Garrett guy. Yep. So he's definitely a Garrett guy. So what makes y'all think that anything would change if Kellen is our coach? I don't care about what happened between him and Mike McCarthy. Maybe Mike McCarthy wanted to do things his way as a head coach, and you were just trying to keep things status quo. Either way, I'm not really interested in much of the same. I don't care if Kellen Moore got a Saquon Barkley and got Philly to win a Super Bowl. Even that's not enough for me. I need something different. I still wouldn't respect Kellen as a head coach. And I don't think the players would either, because I think they would see it. You know, somebody brought it up. I'm not sure who brought it up, but the players have been dead silent throughout this process. You know what I'm saying? No real interviews, no tweets. You guys know that our players love to tweet. They love to tweet. They love to talk. They love to talk about what's going on. And they've been silent. Maybe the solidarity, maybe it's for a reason. Maybe they're being silent for a reason. Maybe because they're telling everybody and they're telling the fans without talking that there's a lot of BS going on behind the scenes. And with Mike leaving, that this front office is scrambling. Maybe that's what they're telling you. That's what it looks like. I mean, I think it was Foots that said, I don't believe nothing that's going on right now. I believe some of it because with what they're saying, some of it makes sense. Like the Zeke stuff makes sense. Mike ain't want Zeke. They wanted Zeke. They were just pushing buttons because they were fighting each other. And I'm glad Mike walked. Am I a fan of everything Mike did? No, I'm not. But when you get to a point where you can't really trust the people that you're working with, you can't trust the people that you're around, like what are you expecting him to do at that point? What are you expecting him to do? You could be giving him the greatest solution in the world. Like, for example, Mike Nolan, hiring him, that was Mike's fault. Yes. Mike didn't get the opportunity to fix his wrong. They swooped in, got Dan Quinn. They put him on the roster. It worked. It worked in their favor. And then they gloated about it. They gloated about it by saying Dan Quinn could be an excellent head coach for the Cowboys. Can you imagine? Like, I don't know. Like, could you imagine your spouse going out and saying somebody else could be an excellent next boyfriend or an excellent next husband? You know, while you're still there, while you're still giving your all, can you imagine that? Like, I know I would be salty. I know I'd have an issue. I know that it'd make me check everything around me. Like, for all we know, Mike might have felt like Zeke was an office snitch. And I defended Zeke when it came to how he was treated. But if you think about it, in hindsight, why would Mike trust Zeke to be around if he was appointed and Mike didn't ask for him? And it's in the contract year. Why would Mike trust any of that? Right? So, I get it. I wholeheartedly get it. And I forgive him. And man, make sure y'all hit that like button. We got about 35 people watching right now. So hit that like button. And I'm going to probably start going through comments a little bit. Akeem Brown said if they hire Kellen, I won't watch any Cowboys games until he's fired, but I'll watch the Cowboys content. Hey, that's funny as hell, bro. I said this. My straw is the moment Witten is the head coach, I'm done. And if they hire him on staff, That means I got a timetable as a fan, guys. That means I got a timetable. That means my days are numbered because I don't like the idea of Jason Witten as a head coach. I just don't. The way that y'all hit the like button, if you don't know where to hit the like button, it's like 3 dots at the top right corner. If you hit that, you can hit the like button. I know that I probably had to say that because I'm on my phone and I'm going live. Sometimes it's hard to find out where the like button is. I know that for Jay Tuck, I have to do that often. So yeah, go ahead and hit that like for me. That way people know we live. Sugar Daddy said they're counting on Philly to keep winning. I think Philly wins this week. They at least get to the NFC title game. I think so. Because it's really hard to win there in the playoffs. Really hard to win there in the playoffs. Hello. What's up, Craig? Your Highness says Ravens easy. Statistics don't lie. Deion stats don't lie. Jay says, as an Eagles fan, I'm scared if Cowboys get Deion, he would change the whole organization if Jerry let him. You see that? And that's the crazy thing about it. Deion is the only candidate that no other fan base is laughing at because they know exactly what it is. They know they'll have to be on their P's and Q's. They know that they can't joke the same way. You know what I'm saying? Everything else was a joke. Even hiring guys that had won Super Bowls before, it's a joke. Robert Saleh, that's a joke. That's a dude that got fired by Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers got him fired, right? That's a joke. Kellen Moore, another Garrett guy, Jason Witten, Yeah, all of it's funny. All of it's funny right now. Oh yeah, Sugar Daddy said double tap the screen too. Yeah, man, hit that like button if y'all taking this walk with me, taking this break with me. I gotta brace myself for this big ass hill that I gotta walk up. But I'm walking this way because I forgot, like I lost a glove yesterday, so I'm trying to see if I can find it. So far, no luck. So far, no luck. And I ain't gonna lie, one hand cold as hell. I hope I find that damn glove. Cause these gloves is like super warm out here. So, I mean, that's kind of how I feel about Kellen having an official interview. Now, what I will tell you is I don't have a problem with Kellen interviewing. I don't have that problem because Kellen should field a lot of interviews. I have an issue if we're the only team that interviews him for a head coaching job. But so far, I think we're the only team that asks for permission. So what does that tell you? Kellen has interviewed multiple places to be a head coach. He's interviewed multiple places to be a head coach and can't land it. He can't land it. We're the only place that thinks, oh, Kellen might be a good head coach candidate. Well, let me do my Bobby Belt and let me say, I don't think the players really rock with Kellen like that. I have sources too that say the players ain't rock with Kellen like that. I got sources that say Witten, the players ain't rock with him. I mean, I thought it was pretty open. I thought that Martellus Bennett made it pretty known that Jason Witten was an asshole to him. I thought it was pretty known that Jason Witten didn't help the young tight ends get better. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was pretty known. I thought it was pretty known that him and T.O. Now, I get it. T.O. has a beef with everybody. But I don't know, man. Jason Witten strikes me as the type that's a coach's snitch for his own personal gain. And from what I understand, I don't know how true this story is, but I heard he hid Martellus Bennett's cleats so he couldn't practice. Like, this the guy that y'all want me to believe was this all-American leader, and you know what I'm saying? Like, the guys will follow him into oblivion. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm good on that. Jerry had a nerve to say, our Dan Campbell. What, bro? Get your ass out of here. Get your old ass out of here. Talking nonsense. Talking that nonsense, man. Crazy. That's our Dan Campbell. Are you crazy, bro? Are you nuts? You want to sit here and tell us that? We've been following the culture for a long time. We are not dumb. We're probably, now, I will say we could be stubborn. We could be stubborn as a fan base. We could be delusional. But we not at a point that we not informed. And if there is somebody that's informed, we're going to give them the info. And if they make the decisions that they make, they'll make it with having the info. So like I said, that's stubborn. That's delusion. But the information, we find it. We got some of the best in the world that find information just because they love this team. So you ain't going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, just sell me anything. I think we're starting to get to a point now, guys, as our fan base, we're not allowing them to just sell us anything. So what I say to Kellen Moore is, appreciate your interview, dog, but I gotta pop the balloon before it even effing start. You know what I'm saying? If y'all watch the pop the balloon shows and stuff like that, sometimes a woman or dude, he'll just show up with some raggedy shoes on. She'll show up with some raggedy shoes or a bunion or something like that, and they just pop the balloon. Bro, hey, as soon as I seen Kellen walk through the door, pop, and the lady gonna ask me, like, I see that you popped your balloon. What was your reason for popping the balloon? He not a winner. He just here. You know what I'm saying? He's the smartest guy in the room, but he can't figure out. He couldn't figure it out when he was here, and he was part of the drama. And the players really don't rock with him, so I don't rock with him. He don't move me. He's part of the problem as a player and a coach. As a player and a coach. So I'm good. Pop. If I couldn't even find a needle, I'll bite that damn balloon. Pop. Nope. I'm good. Brandino said he not a winner. To pass away to say he a loser. I don't think he a loser. He just not a winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think you hire Kellen. Who the hell is respecting you? What organization is respecting you hiring Kellen Moore as a head coach when all these organizations had an opportunity to see the very best that he could offer? Like, you got to think, he going into these head coaching interviews with the very best that he can offer. And I know this because, like, this year I put in for a head coaching job for the first time in my life, and I was prepared. Now, if they would have interviewed me, I had a PowerPoint, you know what I'm saying? I had rules. I had a coach's handbook, team handbook, all that type of stuff. I was prepared. If they let me in that interview room, I bet you I'd have wowed their socks off. I know for a fact. I also know why I wasn't allowed in the interview room. And it could have been a conflict of interest. But I say all that to say, Kellen got an opportunity to do that multiple times. Keep in mind, Kellen, when he was in those rooms, he had behind him some of the best producing offenses, the numbers. He'd been running the offense for multiple years. You know, he had the numbers in his favor. But for some odd reason, these places, and some of these places had probably looked for head coaches and probably fired coaches since then. But they thought, this guy can't lead our franchise where we need him to. And then you gotta ask yourself the question, why is it that Dallas believes in him so much? Why is it that Dallas believes in him so much? Is it that they believe in him? Or is it that they know they can manipulate him and get him to do what it is they want to keep things going? Status quo. And I think that's what it is. Uh-oh. Please tell me. I think I found it. I think I found it, y'all. I did. I found my glove. Look, I found it. Yes. I found it. Let me check. Make sure ain't nothing living in it. Yeah. That's persistence, baby. A man with a plan. I had a plan, and it worked. Now I gotta go home, make sure I wash this damn glove. But the plan worked. That's all you really need, to simplify it for football. You just need somebody with a plan that can carry it out. Oh, damn, it's snowing. Is it snowing? I swore I just saw some flurries. I think I did, y'all. Damn, DMV bringing the snow back to the DMV. Ain't that a... Sugar Daddy Williams said, "I'd love to know what Dak thinks." Quite frankly, I'm tired of hearing what Dak thinks. Dak's opinion goes where the wind blows. Dak wanted to keep McCarthy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Dak wanted to keep Kellen. Dak wanted to keep Garrett. Dak just wanted to be comfortable, bro. And no disrespect to bro, but you being comfortable ain't one of shit, bro. We need somebody that's going to push this culture. Obviously, you liking whatever is that you're comfortable with, that's not enough, bro. And it hasn't been enough. And unfortunately, I hate that it has to be that way. But Dak not a winner either. Meaning like at the NFL level, he's a winner in life. You know what I'm saying? Kellen's a winner in life. Y'all know what I mean. Like unfortunately, we've had some high-seeded teams, some really good teams that have won double-digit games, and we can't even win a home playoff game to get to the NFC title game. One year, we were the number 1 seed, and we got outed by Green Bay. Mike McCarthy, Green Bay at that. We talk all that shit about Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy whooped our ass every chance he got. Every chance he got. To the point that Jerry and them hired him. So I don't blame Mike McCarthy for wanting to implement things in the building. Mike whooped y'all ass with the things he wanted to do. He whooped y'all ass with the things he wanted to do. He had a right. Y'all brought him in for a reason. And there were times that he was undermanned in Green Bay, and we had better rosters. And he still coached circles around y'all golden boy, Jason Garrett. Still coached circles around him. I think it's the things that y'all want to do, that y'all wanted to do, that make the operation harder, or made the operation harder for Mike McCarthy. Brandino said, "Hey, let's go. We winning today." Absolutely. I think that was a good sign, guys. I think that it was a good sign that I found my glove. All right, let's manifest another plan. Jerry don't hire Kellen or Jason. I'm with it. I don't even want Jason Witten on staff, bro, because I don't trust him. I don't trust him. And I don't think a coach can trust him. I don't think if you're hired and you're forced, that's the one thing that I hate, bro. Stop forcing our coaches to hire people. Stop doing that. Now what you can do is you can make suggestions, right? You can make a suggestion to hire somebody. Not to hire somebody, to interview them. But if you have somebody that's better suited for what you want, somebody that y'all have had discussions, obviously, and maybe you had planned going into your meeting, like, I'm just going to tell y'all, I had a plan for a coaching staff if I had gotten that head coaching job. And I had been parts of other people's plans if they had gotten a head coaching job. So I know for a fact what I'd be walking into. Just imagine somebody just imagine somebody telling you, hey, we want you to have a job, but we don't want you to have your offense. You got to have his offense. We keeping him. Like, that gives him, who's there, more power than you. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if I got to hire him and you like his offense better, or you like what he does better than me, where I've been whooping y'all ass for, a decade, then why the hell you hire me? And I think that was a question. And I think that that's why Mike had to get Kellen up off the roster. But when you do that, you gotta succeed when you do that, bro. You gotta produce. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the things he did, it's gonna get marked against him because he didn't produce. Like that whole Zeke saga, like, because it didn't produce wins early, it was strikes against you. Although it wasn't so much your idea, although it wasn't, I'm just saying, they were tallying up strikes against Mike McCarthy. And then I think it came the grand plan to hire Jason Witten. And I think the plan was bring Mike on for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And what'll happen is Jason can learn the ropes until Jason is ready to be a coach. And Mike is like, I'm not going through that shit again. Y'all had me do that with Kellen. It was hard enough getting him off the right, or you know what I'm saying? It was hard enough dealing with him, and I didn't trust him, or I'm around the room of people that I can't trust. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of people, but, there's enough people around me that I don't trust things. Like, you're not about to do that and tie me in for 2 more years where I got Chicago and the Saints ready to roll with my plan. They're ready to, they understand the value that I bring. They respect what I do, and they're ready to roll. Why the hell would I come here for cheaper? Because I was like the 31st ranked coach in salary. Why the hell would I come back here for cheap, not have no power, no say-so, and then my name is in the headlines for all the bonehead things? Nah, y'all can sit here, and we going to point them fingers at y'all. And I think it was damage control today from Bobby. I think it was damage control today is what it was, in my opinion. And then, boom, Kellen, the news of Kellen. Like, it's not a coincidence, guys. They're playing with the emotions of the fan base. And the thing that I can tell you guys is, don't let them. Let them know that you know that they playing. Let them know that you demand a better plan. You demand something better than what's going on. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's still fire to GM Jerry until the GM can come up with something better. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never not fire to GM Jerry. I didn't forget it. I'm probably going to post the hashtag when I get off of here. I'm going to definitely post the hashtag. And we're going to get it popping. Because the GM, you know what I'm saying, gotta, hey, look, all eyes on you. All eyes on you. Sugar Daddy said Witten would be a distraction. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. The reason that I appreciate it is that we have a way of making black people with swag a distraction in Dallas. We don't ever take the ideal cowboy and make him a distraction. We don't ever do that. So I appreciate you doing that because what that shows is consistency. That shows consistency. Yes, Witten is a distraction because it's a circus and nobody would take us serious. We would become the laughing stock of the league if Witten becomes a head coach. Now, I don't think he'd become a head coach right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense. So I get that. But if he on your staff and you got a Kellen Moore, we're the laughing stock. They're going to kill us. We're going to get cooked. We're going to get cooked on every platform. Jerry going to have to answer questions that he going to get mad at. And I'm going to keep pressing him. James Slater, keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing, sweetie. Keep doing your thing. Keep putting the foot on the gas with these questions. Because you got a couple comfortable media people who don't care about the team winning or they don't care about the fans, in my opinion. They care to have their name. They care to, you know what I'm saying, be able to tweet a few things. They care to, you know what I'm saying, infiltrate what content creation is. But they don't want to ask them tough-ass questions. They don't want to ask the real tough questions. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to do it, but they don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because they also like people like me, like Boss, like Tuck, like Rome, like Law, Vach. You know what I'm saying? They don't like us with that information because when we get that information, we're dangerous. And we can spoil a lot of plans because at the end of the day, our love for the team surpasses anything. We don't like, if the Cowboys make the most money or they're the most valued franchise, I don't give a damn because I don't give any of that money. That doesn't feed my family. But being a Cowboys fan, I love it. I love being a Cowboys fan. I love being loyal. I love being here for the ride when it's meaningful. I love our players. And because I love our players, I'm going to speak up for them and say the things they can't say. But this whole process and how this was handled was BS. And we got to be better, y'all. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in for the walk, man. Hopefully, if you catching the playback, man, you know what I'm saying, pop that balloon or keep the balloon up. Keep the balloon up or put a check mark or a thumbs up if you want to keep Kellen. But if you think that, you know what I'm saying, this is a bad idea, put the thumbs down, pop that balloon in the chat. All right? Appreciate y'all, man. We out. Peace.